Hey, it's David Shelton, broker at Century 21 Advantage, and I'm bringing you another episode of Real Value. In today's Real Value, we're going to talk about the third in this four-part series of Game On. And what do we mean by Game On? We've had some past discussions, but today it's like, are you a fan, a spectator? Are you one of the support staff? Are you a player? Are you the coach? Are you the owner of the teams, right? So much stuff has got to go into not only the planning, but the preparation, but execution. And oftentimes people prepare and they plan, but unless you execute and you're there, you show up in your best of your best, you're going to have some tense moments and maybe even regrets because you should have, you could have done it better. All of us have had those moments where we say, man, if I'd have prepared better, if I would have just listened, if I would have just done this thing or this series of things or that thing, if I would have listened to the advice, or if I would have got coaching, if I would have worked on this one aspect, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or all of them, right? So we want today to talk about how that a Super Bowl and a championships, playoffs, all of that leads up to a big game day. And in real estate, it leads up to that day where you make your offer or you get an offer. You've decided to list your home and you get an offer. And now it's like, what do we do? What is the advice I've got? I've hired a professional like David Shelton or his team at Century 21 Advantage. And now I need to listen to that advice, assess, think about all the preparation that we did, right? Everything that we did to prepare our home for sale, or what we've done to get our financing in line, whether we use Josh Osborne at Cross Country Mortgage or some other lender that we had a relationship with. But we've got all of our strategies in place, and now it's game on. Now it's time to practice, to be ready, right? We're showing the home. We're going out on home showings if we're a buyer. And now it's time. We're getting ready for the big game. We're a week away from that big weekend where we flood the house with people if we're listing your home, where we're making a strategy. We're trying to get in, if we're a buyer, we're trying to get in where we don't have that pressure of all those people. But regardless of the circumstances, we've got a plan. And we've rehearsed that plan. And we've thought about it really well. And we've put everything in place so we can win. Whether you're a buyer getting with a winning offer where you get a home under contract and you follow through with your financing, your inspections, the appraisal, and getting there to closing day. You've taken care of all the issues you need to take care of. You're not going out and starting to buy furniture before you close, even though you may need it, or buying a new car before you close, even though you may want it. Right, but you're disciplined and you're holding back all of those things which could have a negative impact on you. Things that you're not in control of. There are things, right? One of the things are interest rates could rise. Maybe you're not locked in yet. Interest rates rise and they fall. So don't be afraid of interest rates. Assess the market. Here in South Dakota, particularly in Sioux Falls, the market is strong. If the home is valued right, and we go through an exhaustive discipline on making sure that the home you're buying or the home you're selling is priced at the right price point. None of this like $699, $900. That's old school, right? Say $700,000. You're going to be on the pivot point where people who are now searching online, they're not going through books anymore. They're searching online and they're not saying, show me everything from $600 to $699.9. No, they're clicking $600 to $700,000. And the people that are buying $700 to $750,000, they are not going to see your property unless you price your property for internet searching. So part of it is, yes, the value per square foot. The other part is, how are people going to see us? You don't want to become invisible. All of these strategies are things that we employ and deploy every single time we list a home. When we represent buyers, we understand that there are still homes that have these goofy price points on them. And so we'll work around that to look at value ranges a little bit bigger on each side. And those situations where agents, not us, but other agents, price the home at maybe what would have happened in early 2022 when prices were being inflated because people were coming in with cash offers more than what the home would appraise for, what it would normally have sold for. That puff is gone. Reality is set in a great way. And that's why we bring you real value every week. This is the third edition of this 4-part series. We're getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday next week. But this week, rehearse, practice. Practice like you're playing the game. Jerry Rice was one of those great examples where Jerry Rice would practice every practice that he went into. He showed up earlier than anyone else, left later, and he played. He practiced like he played. It was with intensity. I encourage you to take a look at Jerry Rice. Do a little research about Jerry Rice. And I know that we've got quarterbacks, a lot of fan favorites with 2 different teams. We've got coaches. We've got the behind the scenes stuff that you're going to be barraged with for the next week or so. And then the Super Bowl game will be over, and then basketball. So look forward to bringing you this episode and the final episode next week. A lot to talk about. And we don't need to talk about the chips and the food and all that stuff. I know there's a lot of preparation in that as well. But have a great weekend. Give us a call. Let's put a winning strategy together for you, whether you're buying or selling or you're doing both. David Shelton, broker at Century 21 Advantage, always bringing you real value.